Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Minnie, and welcome to a bit of a different video. I know I'm a day late. Um, just in case you guys didn't know, yesterday, April 26th, the Call of Duty World War II trailer was released. It's official. It's gonna be a real thing. And yeah, basically what I'm gonna do, since I can't, actually do a live reaction since I already watched it and all that. I'm gonna be basically tell you guys my opinion on it, what I think it's gonna do, basically how I think it's gonna do. And yeah, just keep in mind, like I said, this is just my personal opinion. What I say doesn't really matter. So if you disagree, that's cool. If you agree, cool. If I say something you don't agree with, once again, it's my opinion, and in the end, it doesn't really matter. All that really matters is what the people at Sledgehammer and Activision have to say about the game. So once again, don't get too angry if I say something you disagree with or whatever. But yeah, speaking of Sledgehammer, my first point what I think about how this game is going to be is I'm honestly a bit concerned. I watched the trailer a few times, and it does look like a really good game. It looks like a really, really good game, campaign-wise. But I'm kind of concerned because it's by Sledgehammer Games. Now, I'm not saying Sledgehammer Games can't make good Call of Duty games. I mean, they worked on a Modern Warfare 3, if I'm not mistaken, and they helped work on it, and it actually did really, really well. But then again, they also made Advanced Warfare, which was their most recent Call of Duty game, and now they're hopping into World War II. It's just like went from exosuits back to World War, and I just find it kind of funny. I'm not saying they're gonna do a bad job. I'm just saying I'm kind of concerned since they are going from exosuits to World War shooter. I personally believe that maybe they were like already in the works of another futuristic game, and they had to cut it short and work on World War II. But then again, who really knows? I'm not saying they're gonna do bad. Once again, I'm just gonna say that I'm kind of concerned. I said that multiple times, but still. But yeah, this game reminds me World War II. Call of Duty World War II. Think me. Sorry. Call of Duty World War II reminds me a lot of a World at War. And I know you're probably going to say, oh, it's basically the same game, you pleb. But it really isn't. World at War consisted of different times between both World Wars, and this game obviously consists of only World War II. And in World at War, when it was focusing on World War II, it had to do with the Russians. This one has to do with, I want to say it was like what, it was the first something, infantry division or something like that. I'm not too sure. I'm not that familiar with like military stuff. You'd have to go to Crimson Corgus or Ulf Hednar about that. But yeah, it reminds me a lot of World at War, which is a really, really good thing. Because if you didn't know, World at War is my favorite Call of Duty when it comes to like the campaign and all that. And just the gameplay footage reminds me a lot of it, and I'm honestly really excited for the campaign. I can't really say the same about the multiplayer because I don't know. I don't really know how this multiplayer is going to work, honestly. Because I don't know. I just don't know how it's going to work all that well. Now, this is more of a personal thing, really. Like, well, really, all this stuff's a more personal thing. But this is more of like just my sincere opinion. I'm kind of worried about the fan base because I was reading the comments, and a large majority of the comments were like basically calling out Activision for quote unquote copying Battlefield 1. And it's funny because these people were probably the exact same people that were whining and wanting another World War shooter when Infinite Warfare came out. And now that they're finally receiving what they want, they're calling them out for copying like DICE. Like really, this is the reason I dropped out of the whole Call of Duty like community and fan base years ago, like back when Black Ops 2 was released, because the people in the Call of Duty fan base just are never pleased. They're just never happy. You could literally give them the exact thing they want with a side of like gold ingots or whatever, and they'd still be picky about it and not want it, Like, I don't know, they're just throwing a fit of how they're copying DICE, even though this is the exact game they wanted, and they're getting exactly what they wanted. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, there is something I'm kind of worried about, more so than the fan base. It's just, I'm worried about what's gonna happen to Call of Duty next year. Because, basically, Call of Duty, originally, it did some of the old school stuff, like way back in the days of Call of Duty 1 and 2. It's like, okay, we're doing old wars, and then they went to the modern era. Then they're doing a bit of the futuristic stuff, and now they're going back, you know, to old school. So I'm wondering what's going to happen next, like next year. Is it going to be another old school game, like maybe, I would say Vietnam, but they already covered like that thoroughly in Black Ops 1. You know, that was based in like the 60s, back in Vietnam times and all that. So I don't think they do Vietnam. I want to say they've actually covered a majority of the remarkable wars way back when, you know. So they might do something more modern. I'm not too sure what they do that's modern, other than the whole like stuff we're going on in the Middle East. But that's still a bit too fresh in my eyes to really make a game about. But yeah, honestly, I'm just worried about what they're gonna do next year because, like I said, it's probably just gonna be a loop. They're probably just gonna do more old school than modern. Then we're gonna be back to the futuristic in a few years with exo jumps and supply drops. So yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much gonna be it. I know this is a really different video. Really, I'm just excited. I'm just really excited for this game, guys. I don't know. I think Call of Duty is definitely making a step in the right direction. I just don't know how. My main concern is I don't know how the community is gonna take this, because a lot of them wanted it, but then again, a lot of them are throwing fits about them copying DICE and just I don't know. But yeah, in general, I'm really excited for the game. Do keep in mind, once again, this is just my opinion. Whatever I say really does not matter. If you disagree or you agree, congrats, thumbs up, and all that good stuff. Really, the only thing that matters when it comes out of somebody's mouth is like the main director at, you know, Sledgehammer or Activision or whatever a YouTuber with over 100 barely over 100 subs says is not gonna matter about this game, you know. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, do please consider leaving a like. If you're new to the channel, do please consider subscribing. That would mean the absolute world to me, and I will see all you guys at the next one. Peace.